Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got Rashee Rice continues to ruin his life, bro. Like, why are you assaulting photographers, bro? Real nigga shit. Like, bro won a Super Bowl ring and just decided to just crash out. Like, come on now. But let's go ahead and check this out.
NFL
Get some more
Rashee
details
Rice
on this whole situation.
A new investigation now. Police sources say
Bro
he's
might get
accused
suspended
of
for the whole
hitting
year.
a photographer. Allegedly happened at a
Cause
bar
like, bro,
on
it's crazy that he did all this, but when Calvin really like was gambling and shit, they suspended him for the whole year. How much sense does that make? He almost took lives, bro. He almost took a life when he was racing and shit. Like, come on now. The NFL need to do better with stuff like that.
Harwood Street in downtown Dallas. Police are currently interviewing witnesses about what went down.
Kansas City Chiefs fans are going to hate this Rashee Rice update, and it has nothing to do with his existing car accident that we initially reported on at the end of March. As a matter of fact, this incident is completely separate from the car accident.
I swear if he's not suspended for the whole season, bro, like, shit is rigged, because there's no reason why Calvin really should have been suspended for the whole year for gambling. Come on now.
Of the season, but we'll leave that up for debate. Before we get to the content, make sure you drop like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. Now that we get all that out of the way, mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? It is not an exaggeration at all whatsoever to say that Rashee Rice has hit the lottery for every wide receiver that every young man playing the wide receiver position would dream of. Not only being a receiver for Patrick Mahomes, the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now, but being his top wide receiver in his first year, in his very rookie season. After being selected in the second round of the 2023 NFL draft, Rashee Rice was one of the few wide receivers that the Chiefs have drafted recently that has fulfilled his potential. I mean, he almost had 1,000 yards receiving in year one. He had 7 touchdowns, 938 receiving yards, and then in the postseason, he was a very dependable wide receiver for Patrick Mahomes and was a huge reason why the Kansas City Chiefs were able to win a Super Bowl. Any wide receiver that comes into the NFL and gets
like, bro was about to throw his whole life away. Just like, bro, come on. You gotta be smarter. You gotta be smarter than this, especially like, bro, for all you young athletes out there, you gotta be smarter than this. Just because you young don't mean you can do whatever the fuck you want, bro. Like, just because you start making a lot of money doesn't mean you can just crash out. Like, come on, bro. You gotta be smarter than this shit.
But unfortunately, the Super Bowl hangover for Rashee Rice was crazy, unlike anything we've ever seen. At the end of March, Rashee Rice was involved in a huge car accident that involved 6 cars as he was speeding in his Lamborghini Urus that traveled over 119 miles per hour.
This shit could have been way worse, bro. He could have been facing jail time.
Cops couldn't find Rashee Rice. They eventually found him, and he took accountability for the entire incident. The video of the incident is absolutely insane. At the time, there was no report of Rashee Rice being intoxicated, but this is still going under investigation because Rashee Rice is also involved in a lawsuit as a result of this. This car accident injured several people, and investigators said that Rashee Rice was behind the wheel of a Lamborghini when he lost control and crashed into a Corvette. This was driven by a friend of his, Theodore Knox, and the crash caused a pileup on a Dallas highway on March 30th. According to court records, Rice agreed that he would not destroy any credit cards, debit cards, or receipts for any purchases he made within 6 hours of the crash. The restraining order also preserves any cell phone records, GPS information, and any blood or urine reports involving Rice that were taken shortly after the crash. In addition to this, the judge ordered Rice, Knox, and Bush Jr. from altering or destroying any firearms that may have been in either the Corvette or the Lamborghini, and also the license plates of each car. The negligence lawsuit, filed by Kamlish Desai of Dallas County, seeks more than $1 million. For those of you guys wondering, Rashee Rice is under contract for 4 years to make $6.5 million, and only $1.8 million is guaranteed. So this is a huge chunk of Rashee Rice's salary if he has to pay out the full $1 million. Now, the lawsuit claims that Rice and Knox were speeding when the crash happened. It also claimed that Desai was injured in the collision, and those injuries may be permanent. He also claims to continue to suffer physical and mental pain plane following the crash. The lawsuit seeks money to cover medical care and expenses related to the crash, as well as any future medical bills. It also seeks lost wages and lost earnings capacity. The update on this particular part of Rashee Rice's life is the next hearing in the lawsuit is scheduled for June. But in addition to the 2 lawsuits, Rice is charged with 1 count of aggravated assault, 1 count of collision involving serious bodily injury, and 6 counts of collision involving injury. Dallas police said an investigation determined the 23-year-old was speeding on a Dallas highway when he lost control and crashed. So obviously there's a lot of speculation surrounding this. Adam Schefter reported that Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice is expected to serve at minimum a multi-game suspension.
He might be gone for the whole year after this next charge, bro.
Rashee Rice to be out for 2 to 4 games to start the season. But regardless, Rashee Rice went back to training with Patrick Mahomes, and things seem to be fine. But the one strange
shit ain't
part
fine,
about all
nigga.
this is, once again, the Kansas City Chiefs selected a wide receiver this time in the first round of the NFL draft, Xavier Worthy. And although he plays a
they don't even have MVS anymore too, so they might end up bringing him back.
You were originally going to be the guy in this wide receiver room that was very thin, if we're being honest. So bringing in another rookie wide receiver may cause some concern. Maybe it was done just so the Chiefs would have an insurance policy in the event that Rashee Rice has to be suspended for a few games. My personal take on it is I feel like these are 2 separate wide receivers that are going to occupy significantly different roles in an offense.
Yeah, because
so
Worthy is more of a deep threat.
Together. And so far, Xavier Worthy looks like he has some development that needs to be done before he could really play a huge role in the offense. But I feel like Xavier Worthy's in a great situation before he could really play.
Bro?
It looks like he has some development that needs to be done before he could really play a huge role in the offense. But
hey, bro, I don't want to judge him already because, you know what I'm saying, it's just, you know, it's just practice at the end of the day. But, bro, you got to catch
he's
those.
In a great situation for himself, and he's going to be a great player for the Kansas City Chiefs if this one video is an outlier, which I personally think it is. Originally, the NFL was going to wait and see how this investigation went down, and I assumed that things were going to fizzle out for Rashee Rice, and eventually he'd get like a slap on the wrist for this entire situation. And then he went and did something incredibly stupid, allegedly, because on May 7th, we got a huge report involving Rashee Rice once again. According to WFAA.com, Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice is under investigation for an alleged nightclub assault, Dallas police say. Out of all things that Rashee Rice could have been involved in following what happened with his car accident, which catches him in 4K,
crazy,
acting
bro.
incredibly irresponsible.
And like, bro, who is the niggas he surrounded himself with? Because, like, bro, for y'all not to stop him from doing all this shit says a lot about y'all.
Thankfully, everyone's alive as a result of his horrible decision. The worst,
like, you know, your friend or best friend is very talented and is an NFL wide receiver now, bro. You can't be doing all this stupid shit.
Rice is under investigation for allegedly hitting a photographer at a club in Dallas on Monday. Dallas police sources say officers are interviewing witnesses about the incident that allegedly happened Monday at 609 North Harwood Street, which is the address of Lit Kitchen. Now, this is absolutely insane if it's true. I mean, really, this is probably the worst thing you could do given the circumstances. Last month, Rice turned himself into the police in connection to his involvement in a multi-vehicle crash on US 75 in Dallas in late March. Records show that after Dallas police announced Rice would face charges for his involvement in that crash, Rice turned himself into the Glen Heights Police Department and was taken to the DeSoto jail, where his bond was set at $40,000. His attorney, State Senator Royce West, issued a statement after Rice turned himself in, saying that Mr. Rashee Rice turned himself in today and was released on bond. I want to re-emphasize Mr. Rice's continued cooperation with law enforcement. Mr. Rice acknowledges his actions and feels deeply for those injured as a result of his
Nigga, if you felt deeply for those injured, why the hell would you do something else stupid by assaulting a photographer? An innocent human being, bro. Like, come on.
The team is now tasked with reviewing all legal documents.
Henry Ruggs 2.0 in this bitch.
What his lawyer said in that situation, because he's trying to say that Rashee Rice was being very responsible given his circumstance, and then these allegations come up, which, by the way, I want to emphasize, just allegations so far. But I really hope these allegations are not true.
For real, bro.
This is absolutely insane. It's actually nuts to me that a person that literally got into an incident about a month and a half prior to this, that could cost him about $60,000 60% of his guaranteed salary over the next 4 years, would go out and do something as erratic as attacking a photographer. I mean, we're gonna find out the result of this very soon. It's very simple. Most of these clubs have surveillance footage. I said this during the Alvin Kamara situation, and then a few months later, lo and behold, we did get footage of the Alvin Kamara situation. Yeah. But in this case, man, it hasn't even been a month and a half yet. It's actually been more like 5 weeks since the initial report of Rashee Rice getting behind.
Isn't that technically a month, bro?
His buddy came out, and there were huge problems for him as a result of it. The perception around Rashee Rice, this promising wide receiver one for the Kansas City Chiefs, has completely changed. And it's really unfortunate because if Rashee Rice continues to play well for the next 3 seasons, this man's gonna get a big contract. I mean, easily could get paid anywhere from $10 to $15 million a year annually to catch footballs from the greatest quarterback in the NFL. Or you could go and sign a huge contract with another team. You don't necessarily need to be a superstar to get life-changing money. I mean, just look at Calvin Ridley. No offense to Calvin Ridley, but come on, man. With all due
just robbed the Titans blind.
Gained over 1,000 receiving yards, and all of a sudden he signed a 4-year, $92 million contract with the Tennessee Titans. Bro, you have a life-changing opportunity in front of you. Originally, when he made his horrific mistake with racing the Lamborghini Urus, I gave him a little bit of leeway. I was hoping he wasn't behind the wheel under the influence. We're still waiting for an investigation on all that, but I also wrote it off as, look, this is a young kid. He's 24 years old. He made a horrific mistake that no one should ever make. Hopefully he'll learn from it. Hopefully he'll hold himself more accountable. Hopefully he'll act more maturely, and hopefully he'll realize this could threaten his career. But if this allegation is true, it just shows that he is continuing on a downward trend, and if he keeps this up, then this opportunity,
he might be out the NFL soon if he keeps doing stupid shit like this.
How long the suspension is going to be, but it's just insane to me that you started out your career so well. You have so much to play for and such a good life ahead of you if you could just lock in and keep your head straight and not make terrible decisions, and yet he's consistently making poor decision after poor decision if this latest allegation's true. Hopefully it's not true. I'm going to keep you guys updated. Make sure you're subscribed and leave a like to support the channel. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.
Hey man, to all you young athletes out there, take this as a warning, bro. Don't do stupid shit. Do not do stupid shit, because you know what I'm saying, 1 minute you're on top of the world, you're Super Bowl champ, and then next thing you know, you're doing dumb shit like this that could get you either in jail or suspended from the NFL for the whole season, bro. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on post notifications, get notified whenever I drop another banger video. And without further ado, I'm out. Gang.